always here. Get ready to flow. Let's dive deep with PiSeas Tarot. Your business is my business. I see every ache, every kiss, the push, the pull, the silent cries. I'm exposing all the lies, revealing the hidden truth. With me, you have the proof. Your business is my business. True. Welcome to PiSeas Tarot. True.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to PiSeas Tarot, everybody. I am your host. I am Mimi Lightseer, and tonight we are exploring a edition of celebrity card readings, y'all. And y'all, when I tell y'all, I feel like this is gonna be a doozy. But this is a commentary that is based upon my intuitive readings, as well as the energy patterns, pressures, and not necessarily personal facts or gossip or unverified claims. In my readings, y'all, I do not assert the truth about anyone's private life. I am just here to examine symbolic energy and dynamics that public-facing energies as they relate to visibility, power, and influence, okay? Now, everything that's shared here is for reflection and entertainment purposes only, so take what resonates and leave for the rest. And I don't really know much about this particular person, but I'm really excited about doing this because this came to me out of nowhere. I was literally minding my own business, and all of a sudden I heard, read Pam Bondi. Okay? So I don't know what's going on with Pam, but we about to get into it. I'm a little bit excited. I may essentially go a little bit off script, y'all, because I do have some questions and things that I'm curious about, but that's who we're about to get into. So here we go. Now, when I look at Pam's charts, okay, I was a little bit surprised to see this personally. Pam is a Scorpio sun, a Virgo moon, and a Capricorn influence with Venus and Mars. So what does this mean? Well, her sun sign is representing her intensity, her love for what she does, her resiliency, her comfortability in very high stakes and traumatic or dramatic, I should say, environments, right? So when you see what happened this week, that was really like right up her alley. Yes, she was well able to snap back per se, but she also, she struggled at times, right? But what I'm showing to you guys with this is that that's her personality. Like, she's got a feisty personality, right? And I wouldn't be surprised if behind closed doors, one may feel like she's kind of hard to get to know because it feels like she has one public facing image and persona, but people who really know her, I wouldn't be surprised if she swears a lot, or kind of like just has like a alter ego of some sort. And that's coming through very heavily with this Scorpio sun, okay? But this is signature of someone who does not really shy away from conflict. And I just mentioned that to you guys earlier. So this is all about being motivated, not only about status, but also control, okay? These Scorpios are very controlled in how they allow people to see them from the external space, okay? So I'm not surprised by that at all. With this Virgo moon, that indicates the emotional restraint that she has, keeping composure under scrutiny. But we did see her this week lose her cool on the testifying on Capitol Hill. She did lose her cool because she started yelling and was like, "You don't get to tell me." And I was like, oh, somebody's getting feisty, right? So typically, and one would expect someone who has had a history of being a lawyer, a practicing lawyer, one would expect for them to be able to keep their class and composure. However, she lost it to this week, okay? And it could just be the stress and the pressure of everything that's going on that really got to her, but it definitely showed its face this week. She also, as I mentioned, has this Capricorn influence, which reinforces her ambition, her intentional loyalty, i.e. to the person that's running the White House, as well as her long-term positioning. So she is very much so career-oriented. I didn't realize that she's 60. But she's been doing this for quite some time, and she has this reputation that is very aware and alert, and other people know exactly what they're. I'm sorry with these bangs, y'all. Other people know exactly what they are getting with her. So I'm ready to get into it. If y'all ready to get into it, put your questions in the chat, because like I said, I possibly will logically go over off script depending on where the energy is going. But what I will tell you at a high level, she has a very strategic ability to think, right? She's very calculating. She also has analytical discipline. So she's going to base her decisions off of what she foresees and what she senses and what she feels. And she is moved by institutional ambition. Okay. So I'm not surprised that she is where she is. The question is how she going to manage being where she is, right? Because it's not going well. So I don't know about you, but I'm ready to figure out what the heck is going on, because this feel like this about to be a show. All right, y'all. So let's get into it. Now, as we look at the overall current energy of Pam Bondi, okay? Spirit, give us messages, clear and precise messages for Pam Bondi. Pam, I just went back to her childhood. Oh, I just got chills, y'all. She kind of, okay, I'm seeing a young Pam. Don't ask me why I'm seeing this, but I'm seeing a young Pam. Pam with pigtails, okay? So that tells you kind of like how young Pam we're talking about. She feels to me like she's elementary age, and she feels like she's being outcasted, but she wants to very much so be like in a crowd of people. It feels like someone who is possibly more of an ambivert. For those of you who are unfamiliar, these are individuals who like to be sociable towards others, but they also like to revert and have their time alone. That's how she's coming across, but it feels like there was some exclusion of her growing up. Like she didn't feel included. It was like she was being isolated or ostracized from a group of people. I don't know what that's about, but I'm just seeing like a little Pam. I promise you I am, with these two pigtails, and she just feels awkward. She feels like she's out of place, awkward, doesn't feel received, doesn't feel like she belongs, but she wants to belong, okay? So I don't know, but we'll dig into that. That was like a sharp turn. All right, so Spirit, what are some of the messages that Pam may be reckoning with at this time? Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness, okay? So she's going through a massive growing pain right now that she has to reckon with, okay? And this is about expanding your consciousness and your awareness. And I'm really not shocked that this card came out at all. I believe when we did the reading on Donald Trump a couple days ago, this card also came out for them as well. And so what Spirit is telling me with this is that she is in a moment of her life where she has like almost that reprobate mind. For those of you who don't know what that means, it's like you don't have a sense of consciousness, right? She has been programmed. This is weird. Oh my gosh. Okay, it feels like she's been programmed, like brainwashed, right? To think and believe a certain way that potentially could not have been what she would have originally thought on her own. It's almost like she's simulating to, again, fit in, right? I don't recall what her position was or her claim to fame was before she got to be the attorney general. But again, it feels like she's agreeing. She's going with the flow, in agreement about things that she does not truly believe, okay? It feels strongly like she is telling herself that it's okay, but it feels like it's like almost like a veil that's been placed over her eyes. Y'all, I got cold chills. And I wasn't having this at all until I seen little Pam. Oh, Pam, what you got going on? I would not be surprised, y'all. It feels very much so like her brain has been hijacked. And I mean, it's easy for us to say this watching from the outside looking in. But as I pick up on the energy, it feels very sinister like, but it feels very deliberate. It feels like there was a programming of the mind, like a hijacking of the mind, like a veil placed over her. So she's going through the flow of things, saying things that she does not truly believe, but feels pressured, but doesn't really realize that this is a pressure, right? This is almost like, what I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this. This is feeling like, you know how when people are in these groups of people, influence, okay? You know how when we were in high school and you have people who are being influenced, and it feels very much so like she's being influenced, like she's going along with the flow of the crowd. This is not what she truly believes. However, she's too afraid in a sense to speak up and say, hey, I don't believe this at all. So she's going with the flow just because, but it definitely feels like she's had some type of veil put over her eyes where she's not seeing things and she's not really seeing herself. Okay, does that make sense? She feels tired. She feels exhausted. She's not sleeping well. It feels like to me she's reckoning, and that's probably why that card came out. It feels like a reckoning or a reconciling of, this is really not who I am. This is really not what I believe. This is really not how I want my legacy to show up. But I feel like I'm obligated because I got the highest position in my career. I'm just going with the flow for now, but this is not really what I truly believe in, you know, in my personal life. So that's kind of how this energy is coming through to me. And I find it very odd. Okay. So Spirit, with clear and precise messages, what exactly is going on with Pam Bondi? Y'all, look, a higher view. Okay. Listen, even though 2 cards came out, this higher view. So with this particular card, it feels like there's some ascending. You know, I'm trying not to say this because I don't want to alarm anybody. Pam's energy comes across like she does some type of witchcraft, black magic, like some type of training. Remember I said to you early on that her mind feels like she's been hijacked, right? I wouldn't be surprised if there's some type of ritual. Like as I looked at that higher view card, it feels very much so like there is a intentional elevating happening, right? Where it's like, I'm leaving my body. I am viewing things, remote viewing things. Okay, remote viewing is a true thing. You know, like the CIA did it years ago and they trained people how to do it. But it feels like she does something, like she goes into a hiding space of some sort where she's like meditating, but it's like she's coming out of her body and seeing things outside of the 3D. This is weird, y'all, okay? But I think this also kind of goes back to that veil that I referenced earlier and just not being able to see herself, going with the flow, reciting things that she really doesn't believe, defending ignorance, and just not being afraid or not being able to really articulate what she really wants to say. It feels weird, y'all. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you, it feels weird. So anyway, I will hope that she's not doing this, but I definitely do. It definitely does feel like she thinks that she's above. Okay, that she's above the law per se, that she's above reproach, like she feels safe, and her character to me does not feel safe. Okay, so it's very weird. All right, Spirit, so what's going on with Pam Bondi? It's a weird energy, y'all. All right, this is my true crime deck, so let's see what is going on with Pam Bondi. Okay, that flipped out. Pam Bondi. Tunnel. Y'all, I swear to y'all, when I was looking at these particular cards in the case, y'all, I saw that card and I said, huh, y'all know what this is about, right? I'm gonna keep going. Y'all. Woo-wee. Okay, Pam Bondi. All right. Oh gosh, y'all, doggone it. Oh my lamb. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see this with your own eyes? Spirit said, what other messages? What other messages do you have about Pam Bondi, Spirit? Pam Bondi. Y'all see these cards flying out? Pam Bondi. Okay. I'm gonna take one more. Y'all know what this is about. Y'all know exactly what this is about. This is the conversation at hand. Y'all see, oh, y'all see these cars flying. Uh-oh. Y'all, this is interesting. Okay. I see where we about to go with this. What's the path of shadows that Pam Bondi is dealing with, Spirit? What is the path of shadows that Pam Bondi is dealing with? Self-doubt. In the shadows, deep fears and doubt creep. A specter hunting where courage sleeps. Okay. Remember I told y'all about it feels like she's always going along with the flow, like things that she really don't believe in, but she's being influenced. That's coming up in the path of shadows. Okay. So she's dealing with a lot of self-doubt right now, which is possibly why she's meditating and going to like this secret space. But where I am most concerned, y'all, is this. Okay. Y'all know where we're going with this, right? We have tunnel, death, unaliving, runaway, motel, hotel, and affairs. Okay. Y'all. I'm just going to say it. This feels like this has a lot to do with Epstein. Okay. It feels like she has been placed there meticulously to conceal what was going on with that. The tunnels is very concerning, as with the unaliving card and the hotel, motels, runaways. Yeah, y'all. Listen, as we have been talking a lot about the files this week or the last couple of weeks, it is very clear that there are some cover-ups going on here, right? So let's look at this. Spirit, with these big A cards, give us some messages to reflect the energy of Pam Bondi. Now, I can't shuffle these cards, so I have to just do like this. Okay, because they big. All right, what other messages do you have for us, Spirit? Okay. Now, the last two cards flipped out. So, let's go back. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Wands, okay? The Three of Wands. So this tells me that there's been a lot of preparation, a lot of planning, okay? This was specifically, distinctively orchestrated for her to be in this place at this moment in time. I said this to you guys a moment ago when we were talking about these files, okay? It's not by happenstance that she is here, okay? She came through a network of people, not diminishing or devaluing her contributions and her accomplishments, because she is an esteemed attorney in her own right. But this was not only promised to her and was on her professional roadmap of where she would like to see herself, but this was orchestrated for her to be here with this Two of Wands. I believe I just said a Three of Wands a minute ago. So there are a lot of decisions being made here, okay? A lot of planning, a lot of deciding like where to go, what to do. I'm telling y'all emphatically, she's uncomfortable with the way that she's being represented, the things that she has been asked to do. The pressure is there. Okay, the pressure is there. Would she have done some of these things on her own? We'll look at this in a few when we get to that point. But it feels like this was promised to her. And while this was promised to her, it also feels like she's kind of like just going along with it, but not necessarily really was prepared for the fallout or the outcome of what she thought this was. Okay, so I'm just gonna sit this over here for now. All right, so we have the Queen of Swords, cold, callous, bitchy, okay, not giving a hoot about anybody else. Here's that Three of Wands that I kept referencing a moment ago, the Tower card, y'all. Listen, the King of Cups and then the World in reverse. Y'all, listen, this girl was promised a lot of nothing, okay? A lot of nothing. Is Pam Bondi married? I'm curious. Let me look this up. So she's been married twice and divorced, okay? Google is saying that she married someone back in 2017, but the initial sightings for her being married does show her being married and divorced. So I'm not surprised that she's been married and divorced 3 times. But the current seems to be going well. Okay, her marriages are averaging about 5 years, about 5 to 6. Every 5 to 6 years, she's getting divorced. Okay. Now, it could be a lot because of a woman of her career and in her particular lane. She may not have been as attentive as she could and should have been as a wife. But I feel like there's a lot of things to explore here because I want to go into this right here. That's why I asked, was she married? Okay. This card and this card is going back to those files. But this is picking up like it's personal for her. Okay, it's personal. And she may have agreed to do some things, which is where that promise of getting here, she's been compromised early on. But nevertheless, with this Queen of Wands in reverse, followed by this Three of Wands and this Tower card, this is not going how she planned for it to go, y'all. I can tell y'all this right now emphatically. She did not expect for all this backlash, all of this trauma, all of this drama, all of this shenanigans. Like she had no idea of all of this, right? Yes, she was kind of aware that this was like a forced agenda, but the way that this was all pitched to her was in a way that this agenda would go off without a glitch per se. So she's not happy necessarily about all of this drama that she's having to deal with. Okay. She's very cold-hearted. And you could see this even this week in the files, right? When we were talking about the files and how she wouldn't even look at the victims in their eyes. Okay. Just sat there and act like they weren't even there. So this is very interesting because right now with this Three of Wands right here, she's trying to find a way to get out of this. Like she sees this blowing up and blowing up very bad. Okay. She sees this going very left. So she's trying to come up with an escape plan. She's trying to figure out like, what is her next steps? What can she do next? And what can she do quickly? Yes, people are asking for her to resign, but she's going to be too proud to resign. So she is just here dealing with it for right here, right now. She is not mentally happy. She's not in a very good mental space, which is possibly why I keep going back to Little Pam. Okay. I don't know why I keep seeing Little Pam, but this feels like this is habitual of who she was as a child. Okay. Just indecisive, lacking identity, going with the flow. Okay. But her energy, and I'm not really surprised that she's coming up as being very manipulative either, because Scorpios can be that. Okay, I'm just telling you, Scorpios can be that. But she definitely sees where this Tower card is coming into play. Okay, so she's trying to figure out some things behind the scenes because this is not going to work for her, right? She's 60. She's like, I'm too old for this. But then she keeps having this man fawning over her, acting like she has done some wonderful job. And like, because she feels like a words of affirmation type of person, she's like eating it up. And of course, you know who that is, right? But it does feel like her journey in this space is going to be very short-lived. And I'm saying that because of this Tower card. So right now, her overall energy is feeling like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I wasn't expecting this, so now what? But she's going to try to prepare herself to jump ship. Unfortunately, I don't see that happening. I see something happening, and I kind of spoke to this in the last reading that I did on her on her supervisor, I guess you can call her leader. But yeah, y'all, this is pretty bizarre. All right, so let's get into this. Now that we got the overall energy, what the hell is going on up over here? All right, so what is the narrative that is being projected publicly? Now that we know what she's going through in her mind, what is the narrative that is being projected publicly? What is the narrative that's being projected publicly? A lot of her downfall and demise is going to be about these files. I can tell you that right now. Because she has seen, obviously, she has seen what's in those files. She is very aware. She's trying to disassociate, but she can't. And that's where some of this coldness is coming from, right? Because she's aware. Like, to be a woman and to not do anything, she's aware of the tunnels. She's aware of the cannibals. She's aware. Okay, she's aware. Which is interesting why the tunnels are there. And I would expect her to be aware, right? You're the Attorney General. All right. So what is going on with Pam? What narrative is being projected publicly? Five of Swords. Y'all. Listen, she ain't got nobody to trust. It's a whole lot of conniving mother truckers floating around Washington right now. This is a lot of false pride, a lot of ego, a lot of conflict, okay? So it's every man out for themselves. What is being portrayed publicly is that no one can trust her. She can't trust nobody and nobody can trust her. With that Two of Pentacles there and this Ace of Swords in reverse, y'all, people don't trust that she's going to do the right thing. Okay, people do not trust her. They are smiling in her face, but she has no intention on doing the right thing. She's worried about her ships coming in. What is her claim to fame? What is she going to get out of all of this? Like, when I tell y'all she's making a getaway plan, she has some grandiose plan. She's trying to exit stage left unscathed, but it ain't going to happen. She's definitely waiting for her ships to come in. She's got something she's planning. And I told y'all this came up here, but it's coming up here again. She's trying to weigh the pros and cons. Y'all, what the hell this lady done did or didn't do? That's the question. Also, what I'm feeling like here, I strongly feel like she has had some type of, y'all, okay. I'm trying not to go here, but this keeps coming to me. She may have like some type of, I said it earlier, I called it witchcraft, and I put it in air quotes, but she has some type of spiritual practice that she's waiting for it to come into fruition, okay? She has this very conniving energy off of her, a coldness about her, which is here. But she's coming across to me as somebody who is just manipulative, conniving, cannot be trusted. And she has some other plans that she has been working on the background. I don't know if she's been lining up some, does not seem satisfied. She does not seem impressed. She does not feel like she really cares about the job. She once loved her job, and now it's kind of like, yeah, okay. This was good. This was all good. Nice to have. Bye-bye. Thanks for playing type of thing, right? It was cool while it lasted. It does not feel like she really thoroughly enjoys this anymore, and she wants to do something different. But like, she's pressured at this point. She's stuck at this point, and all this conflict and hell is going on. All right, so where is her energy feeling misaligned or strained? Okay, Page of Cups. She's trying to play like she's loyal. There it is. There it is, y'all. The Page of Cups followed by the Emperor. I literally just said she's feeling like she's trying to come through as being loyal. Loyal to whom, you're asking? There it is, the Emperor. Literally and figuratively. Wow, y'all. Wow. She's trying to, y'all, I'm trying my best not to say it, but I am curious. I am so curious because this feeling to me with this King of Cups here, as well as this Emperor, remember I told y'all this came up. This feels to me, and I'm not saying it because I want to say it, but it feels like there was something inappropriate about her relationship with this man. I'm just saying, with this, yeah, look, Page of Swords. Remember I told y'all it feels like her energy cannot be trusted? Remember how I said, like, it's every man for themselves. It's the dog eat dog world. It's a lot of conflict. I pulled that out with that Five of Swords. I'm going to double down on that. With the Page of Cups and the Emperor, it's like she wants to prove her loyalty. Okay, she wants to prove that she's here, that she's worthy, that I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. It is being so naive, or it seems. And you are running around here just doing unlawful things. Don't care who you hurt. Don't care what you got to do. Don't care what you got to do. You're just doing it. All because you want to impress the Emperor. Okay? This man has really made her feel like she's the best thing since sliced bread. And what's concerning is she knows she's doing a lot of illegal things. Just hoping he gonna protect her. How can you not know? You're an attorney. It'd be different if somebody was pulling you off the streets and saying, hey, you want a job? But you are an attorney. You know what this is, right? So what emotional cost is coming with maintaining this image for Pam? What is the emotional cost coming with this image for Pam? These cards is just flying out, y'all. Y'all see it. Okay, we got the Six of Cups in reverse, followed by the Four of Swords in reverse, and the Eight of Pentacles. So what is happening is she don't want to go back to where she was. Okay, she don't even want to think about what it was like when she was. Now that she's gotten a taste of power and influence, she gonna do anything. It's by any means necessary for her to stay where she is. If that means she gotta lie, that's what she gonna do. If that means she gotta, you know, that's what she gonna do. I'm not saying that that's what she's doing directly. However, we do know that there have been instances of people who are unfortunately losing their lives right now. Things are rogue. It's total mayhem. And the things that they choose to pursue, in spite of the critical things that are happening that requires their immediate attention, it's no answer. So what is starting to happen is, even though she doesn't want to go back to where she was, she also knows that she got to work hard to stay here. But it's also like, well, since I'm here, I might as well work hard, but I really want to start looking at something else. I don't want to do this no more. She got pressure, y'all. Okay, when I tell you she got pressure, she got pressure. I keep going back to little Pam. This may have been a dream of hers to be in this environment. I gotta see something. Because I'm curious now. Like, where did she come from? I don't do research on these folks before I start pulling. Because I don't want to be biased. Somebody done updated her LinkedIn, not LinkedIn, Lord, her Wikipedia. Her dad was a city council member. So, yeah. Now, here's something I didn't know, y'all. Did y'all know she's of Italian descent? I'm trying to see. Yeah. So she was assistant state attorney. But it definitely feels like she had dreams and aspirations of being here. Like being in politics. I'm trying to like skim through this. And see, yeah, y'all, I'm not wrong about this. She's from like the Tampa, Florida area. And you think about it. The political ties right now have moved from Florida to DC. Okay? These networks are very small in these high influential areas. She already had a doorway in to politics, okay? Because her daddy was on the city council. So, you know, people are doing business in all of these different places. Pam Bondi had her first run-in with the president back in 2013 when she received a campaign donation from him. And she never investigated the 22 fraud complaints regarding Trump University, y'all. She's been corrupt. And then she got a $25,000 donation from his company. Y'all, I don't even want to read no more. This is almost disgusting. She was also hired back in 2019 by the administration to help the White House combat his impeachment proceedings. This makes sense, y'all. It definitely feels to me like there was some other things happening before she got to where she is now. I'm gonna stand on that. She's been compromised, and I mean, although we know that, but when I say compromised, I'm talking about in this way. Okay. Now, so yeah, she don't want to go back there. It's like, okay, then I leave here, then I do what? But I want to do something else with my life because this is not really what I wanted to do. Like, it's a very conflicting energy. But if you recall in the beginning of this reading, I said she has two sides. It's like one side, I love what I do. This is what I've always wanted to do. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it the best, and I'm going to work hard, and I'm going to fight for democracy, or whatever her verbiage is, right? But behind closed doors, she like, fuck that shit. Seriously. I wouldn't be surprised if she's doing a whole lot of arguing also with her spouse at this time. It feels it's a very complicated energy. I don't like this energy because it's like every time I look at her, I'm getting cold chills. Like when I say compromised, I mean compromised in every which way. So now the question becomes, where is the power centralized around Pam Bondi? Who has power and authority over Pam Bondi? Where's the power centralized? Four of Pentacles. Yeah, she played herself, y'all. She gave her power away. Y'all, she's really sitting back and reflecting over things. She knows that this shit's about to hit the fan. She knows it's about to hit the fan. We got the Four of Pentacles in reverse, followed by this Hermit card. And the Four of Swords in reverse. She knows it's about to hit the fan. She gave all her power away. And she kind of feels helpless, right? It's almost like I said, it's like I'm doing it, but I don't really believe in this. I don't really think this. I'm saying it, but I really don't think this. If she could blink, like, she would, but she can't, right? She'll be like Patel getting caught doing hand signals. What are the obligations or situations that's influencing her decisions? What are the obligations or the situations that is influencing her decisions? Oh, partnership. She made a commitment to this man. And y'all know I keep saying this man, right? Y'all know what man I'm talking about, right? She's in collusion. She's in bed. She made agreements. Ooh, the Strength card in reverse. Yeah. She didn't have a heart to stand up. She wanted this so bad, she compromised herself, y'all. Y'all hear me? Like, she really compromised herself. She played herself. See, you have a lot of people, and I'm not just saying this about her, but I'm saying this in general. You have people who are willing to do any and everything. That's funny. Run away. You have people who are willing to do any and everything to get in these high positions of power and influence. And when they get there, they don't know what to do. They didn't expect for it to be what it is.
What the fuck was that?
So she's been feeling very cowardly, you know, very weak, unable to make her own decisions, you know, feel like she just got to stand by and watch things fall, right? Because she's obligated to this man. Okay? She's running around here saying, yes, you know, yes. But have you seen the stock market today? The Dow was up 53 points. Like, this girl is out here playing herself because she knows to do more. She just refuses to do more because she's in bed. She's in obligation. She's in cahoots and collusion. It's all a conspiracy. They're all working together. Like, that's what they do. Okay. And I've never been one of those people, but I'm becoming one of those people, right? Because make it make sense. Make it make sense. This thing just told me you've been riding and lying and covering and failure to take action. You have been misappropriating your position. Your moral obligation has been surrendered. You've been defunct since, what did that thing say, 2013? 2013, according to Wikipedia. When they said she got that money from that man. 2013. That's over 15 years of being loyal to somebody. You can't change your mind now, even if you wanted to. That man been loony toony, fresh and fruity ever since he came to the scene. Always cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. It's just gotten worse with age and time and a lack of care. She's just standing by letting the things go by. She's just standing by and watching. She's there intentionally to keep him out of jail. Because he knows she don't have a backbone. That's why she's weak. She don't have a backbone. She's not going to stand up and say something that's true and factual because she wants to be liked. She is well aware what's in those files. She is well aware of who's in those files. That's why she keep playing these little cat and mouse games and playing dumb. She knows all about these tunnels. She knows all about the cannibalization and all the individuals who come up missing during this time that have not been processed. She knows. And she wants to run away and leave this stuff alone. She knows, but she can't. And when I say in bed with that person, I would not be surprised. It might be literally and figuratively, even though this does not necessarily look like a bed, like a couch. But the point is, there's an affair of some sort. Emotional affair. Could be. Is there autonomy in her decision-making processes, or is she compromised? I'm told you she compromised. Thinking back to the promises. Yeah, she's been compromised. Oh my God, I am not saying that. I am not saying that. Y'all shut the front fucking door. Hold on. Y'all, I'm not gonna say that, but just trust me, I'm not gonna say that. But I'm suspicious. I'm very suspicious right now. Okay, has she been the Ace of Cups in reverse, the Knight of Cups in reverse, Knights of Cups up, the Ten of Cups, and the Lovers. Listen, y'all, when she was younger, something was promised to her. Okay, something was promised to her by an older gentleman. Okay, but as she's gotten older, she's come to realize that everything that she thought it was is not really what it was. All the glitters isn't gold. Okay, they keep hanging this carrot over her face. Okay, if you just do this for me one time, and she keeps doing it, she doesn't have a backbone. In the interim, it does feel like she's happy. You know, it's like, oh, I got the career of my dreams. Oh, I got the job. Oh, I got the house. Oh. But these are based on partnerships. Okay, these are all partnerships. These are all agreements that have been made with other people. And over time, she just had to sit back and just let the stuff come together, because this is what was promised to her. My dog just scared me. Hold on. What are you barking for? You was over there asleep. You had a dream. Start up the doo-doo out of me. Okay. Y'all, oh my gosh. So I got questions. Hold on. I got questions. What was the promise that was made to Pam when she was younger? Spirit said, go to the other cards, okay? What was the promise that was made to Pam when she was younger? It wasn't a promise, it was a commitment. There it is, y'all. Y'all see that Three of Swords in reverse like that? Child, listen. King of Wands. See, listen. Listen. I don't want to say this because I don't want what I'm about to say to be taken lightly. And I don't want to speak a falsehood over somebody. Oh, God. I'm just going to say it because everything that we say here on YouTube is alleged. It's not factual. It cannot be proven. It could be all just, I don't know whatever you want to call it. Everything here is alleged. Everything here is alleged. I wouldn't be surprised if this woman was a victim herself. Okay? I would not be surprised. To have no remorse, not even a care, a lack of empathy, that is a cold-hearted person. And I would not be surprised if that's where she got the bud for law, in addition to how she grew up, right? But think about it. Accessibility. I keep telling y'all, it's an older man. And it came out in that six of cups card that just came out. Okay? So whatever it was, there was a promise that was made to her that if you make a temporary compromise, that will give you long-term gain. And now it's not what she thought it was going to be. Okay, now it's not what she thought it was going to be at all. Left out in the cold. Jesus. That's probably what I'm seeing here. Who was this older man? King of Cups in reverse. Eight of Wands. Ace of Cups in reverse. The Five of Swords in reverse, and the Strength card. Yeah, the rug is about to be pulled underneath her feet. The rug is about to get pulled underneath her feet. And it's going to happen fast. She's not going to see it coming. She's already conflicted about it. But there's about to be some changes going on. And it's going to happen real fast. And she's not going to see it coming. This is also going to cause her. She's too old to be having a midlife crisis. But that's how this feels, like it's a midlife crisis, y'all. Shut up. You know, she's not happy with herself. I'll put it to you that way. Not happy with herself at all. Didn't see this comment, didn't realize that fat meat means greasy. She's been knowing the people that she's been associating herself with are not good quality people at all. She knows. But again, she's going with the flow because she wants to be liked. She doesn't want to feel isolated. She don't want to feel left behind. The damage is done to her brand personally and professionally. So she's trying to see it through. But also knowing with the good common sense that the good Lord has given her that this ain't sustainable. This ain't going to last like this. Child. She's very conflicted about the things that she's doing. She's not proud of herself at all. So now looking at her emotional landscape, y'all, what are some of the emotional themes that is dominating this phase of her life? Like, what is causing all of this grief? She's not sleeping at night at all, y'all. She's not getting hardly any sleep at all. She has a lot of strife around her too. Like, she don't have any peace. It's kind of hard to be at peace when you over here doing shenanigans. you know, spiteful things. So what is the emotional theme that is dominating this phase of her life? Why is this card here? Page of Cups, coins in reverse. All right, what is going on, Spirit? What is going on? What is the emotional themes that is dominating? Y'all, this strength card keep coming out. Y'all, can't make it up. The Six of Pentacles. Judgment. I told y'all this is about to hit the fan. She's trying to find ways to buy herself out of this. She's trying to align her allies while she can, make friends while she can, because she knows that once the shit hits the fan, ain't gonna be nothing she can do about it. She gonna be stuck like Chuck in the middle of the rug. She really thinks that she can. Listen, them folks up there in that place are so corrupt. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. She's trying to prepare herself for when it hit the fan. Y'all, stop it, I say. Yep, the Knight of Cups. The World card upright. And the Six of Swords in reverse. She thinks she gonna listen. Somebody done made a promise to her. This girl is gullible. Do you hear me? Gullible. Don't gullible. Okay. When I tell you this girl, anybody who would offer her anything, she will take it. She will listen. Like somebody done promised her that when the thick get going, they gonna be here to help support her, and they're lying.
Useless sometimes.
When I tell y'all they're lying to her, she knows that this is about to come crumbling down. She knows. She just keeps trying to convince herself. Girl, stop it, I say. Listen, baby. Listen. Her karma cycle is coming to a close. Do you hear me? All this mess that she up there pulling, all this havoc that she over here reaping, all of the shenanigans, everything that she's empowering, it's about to come crashing down on her. Do you hear me? This is not a joke. This is not a test. Like, you over here messing with people's lives. The fact that you are over here just refusing to do the job that you were hired to do is scary beyond means. But baby, those chickens about to come home to roost. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Listen, it's only so many ways that you can go through life and get over on others before what you reap comes back your way. You don't have to be a Christian to know that you reap what you sow. That's a spiritual law, independent of religion. Don't believe me? Look it up. Yeah, she ain't gonna be able to get out of this one. She is not about to get out of this one. She has gotten out of a lot of other bullshit before, but she ain't getting out of this one. People about to start looking at her more intently, more intentionally. The pressure is on. Listen, baby. Those doggone, baby, child, stop letting these folks fill you up with nowhere to go, because that's exactly what's happening. What is being carried publicly that is not being shown privately? What is being carried, I might have said it wrong. What is being carried privately that is not showing up publicly? So what is happening behind closed doors that the public never sees? Paraphrase. What is being carried privately that the world never sees? Y'all, this card is all flying out. What in the world? All right. Got the Page of Wands in reverse. We have the Nine of Wands upright, followed by the Ace of Swords in reverse. Then we also had the Five of Pentacles again. Y'all, this shit finna come. This shit is about to hit the damn fan. Listen. She's trying to protect herself by any means necessary. Like I said, she's just going up with the flow, saying things that she really don't believe, trying to prove her loyalty to get on in there, get her money, and get on out of there, right? She's trying to put up her barriers, insulate herself from this stuff. See, this is making me cuss. That's how ignorant this is, okay? However, this is not going to work the way that she thinks it's going to work. When that ship start going down and they done promised her that they gonna come save her, we're a pack, we in this together, we'll stick together, baby, they gonna leave her out in the cold. And it ain't gonna be nothing she can do about it at all. Do you hear me? Excuse me. At all. Ain't nothing she can do about it. What can you do? You can't change your mind. You've been neglectful and just raggedy and broke down all this time, and now you think somebody's supposed to want to come help you. What happened to the help you was supposed to give all the mother folk? Privately, she knows she done messed up. She know that taking this job, she messed up. It was cute when she was just local and on some bullshit down there up in the swamp town. Okay? But you on a global stage, ma'am. I can't believe this. Like, I cannot believe this. So my question then becomes, how is this affecting her personal relationships? How is this affecting her personal relationships? How is this affecting her personal relationships? I wouldn't be surprised, y'all, if she get divorced again. Remember I told y'all she get divorced about every 5 years? That Hierophant here in reverse. King of Swords right here. That's that man energy too. It's gonna cost her husband. He probably don't want nothing to do with her, but he knows she Looney Tooney fresh. He know he married her. Y'all listen. I said, how is this affecting her relationships? I wouldn't be surprised she get a divorce. I also wouldn't be surprised, as I said before, with that man. Okay? Are her relationships reciprocal or transactional? Reciprocal or transactional? You know what? Her husband is tolerating her because he knows that he's lining his pockets too. He's benefiting from this. He's sitting back enjoying the damn show. Y'all. He ain't finna, listen, neither one of them gonna put up a fight. They in this because, listen, they know that if they go, they are lining their pockets. I don't know what he does for a living or did for a living. Let me find out. Y'all shut the front door. Didn't I just tell y'all this man lining his pockets? This man is in private equity. What do people in private equity have to do with people who invest in real estate? Do y'all pick up what I'm putting down? That man is lining his pockets. He ain't finna fight for this. He ain't finna fight. He gonna get all he can while he can. I wouldn't be surprised this becomes an issue though. This becomes an issue. He benefiting from her just like she benefiting from him. But it's more like he benefiting from her. Y'all, I'm about to say something. Again, everything here is alleged. I wouldn't be surprised if he's working on this deal with Gaza. Okay? Listen, baby boys and baby girls, I don't care what you say. Okay? I don't care what you say. This man up over here, okay, is gonna stick it out until he can't no more. And I wouldn't be surprised if he go down with this shenanigans too, to be honest with you. For real, for real. Is her relationships reciprocal or transactional? Them people don't care about her. They laughing at her. They gonna turn her in. I'm telling you, she ain't got no friends like that, baby. Them folks over there, see what I'm saying? Them folks over there laughing at her. They gossiping and talking shit about her behind the back. They want her to get caught up in whatever it is. They want her to go down. Somebody got some dirt on her and they, listen, them folk don't care one way or the other. They said you've been over here bullshitting and doodle-doodle-doing on other people all day long. Now it's time for you to go down, princess. Okay? It's time. She's not seeing herself, y'all. She's not. Even though she don't believe what she's saying, she's gonna ride it to the core, but she don't realize how this making her look, and she don't care. That's why she is adamant about keep doing it. She being stubborn. Adamant about keep saying and doing the stuff that she's saying and doing. Y'all. This girl getting on my nerve. For real. For real, for real. So the question then becomes, what emotional access? Who has emotional access versus influence? That's a good question. Who has emotional access versus influence? Y'all, this lady is cold. Do you hear me? Cold. She don't care what nobody thinks. She don't even care about what her family think. She's all about herself. With that Queen of Cups in reverse, followed by this Ten of Pentacles and this Queen of Swords, baby, she don't give a shit who she gonna step on. She said, listen. She don't care. I don't even know how she married like this. She's heartless. Cold, cruel, bitchy, incompassionate, inhumane, all the things. Like, and she ain't got no kids. Y'all, I'm tired of talking about this old hag. I really am. Let me see how far I can get through this. So when it comes to her career and legacy, this old raggedy heifer, That's from Color Purple. When it comes to her career and legacy, okay, because I already told you this ship going down. Okay, this is a karmic cycle. She got to deal with it. All right. So when it comes to her career and legacy, what's next for Pam? Pamela Joe. What is next for Pamela Joe? When it comes to career and legacy, what is next for Pamela Joe? Her plans ain't gonna work, y'all. You hear me? Whatever she thought she was gonna slide away in the sunset and do, baby, that shit is not gonna work. Yeah, this ain't, baby, them chickens coming home to roost. No, that's a chicken, right? Yeah, they be down the street for me. Baby, this ain't gonna happen. This ain't gonna go well for her at all. At all. Powerless. She gonna try to disassociate herself, baby. That ain't gonna work. She gonna try to be all selfish and take a step back, be talking about Jesus Christ and all these other things, and how, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if she come up talking about something. She got a medical issue, or somebody in her family got a medical issue she got to take. Let me tell y'all something. She going down. Okay, going down. Down, down, down. Now, I don't know exactly how, but I do truly believe in my heart of hearts it's got something to do with these files. That's why she want to run away. Baby, going down. Down! She ain't gonna know what to do. She ain't gonna know what to do, what to say. Listen, this gonna knock her off her game, honey. Told you. Listen. This girl here, child, please, okay? Please. So, with that being said, because I'm tired of talking about her, she done made me sleepy with this old negative cold energy, old raggedy heifer, mean batch. I ain't even get the question out, Spirit. Doggone. What legacy decision is approaching for her? What is she gonna do next? Listen. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, this is one mean cold bitch right here. Do you hear me? This is a mean green lean machine. Ain't that what the little, what was the little man, the little green man, the Grinch? It's a lean green machine. Something like that. The dude that was going viral around Christmas time. But when I tell y'all something, this little lady right here is not, this can't happen fast enough. When at the end of the day, she knows what she has done. She knows that she has disempowered. She did not take her oath to the degree that she should have. And she ain't even gonna really care. I'm gonna be honest with you. She is not gonna give a fluck. Do you hear me? Not one fluck. I'm trying not to cuss because that's how I feel. It's pissing me off. But she's not gonna give one fluck about what people gonna say and think about her. Okay? She's not gonna care. It's all about her. At the end of the day, she feels like she won something. Baby, you won nothing but a prize of stupidity and nonsense. Hogwash, malarkey, bullshit. This about to fall out on her. Honey, she better not be in denial. Better be ready. Judgment Day coming for her. I mean, it's coming for all of us, but hers is exceptionally fast. More fast than others. And also, she better not cross this man trying to save herself. You can't blame him. You did this, baby girl. You did it all on your own. So I'm going to say this again for the folks in the front and the back of the class. Everything here is alleged. I'm going to tell y'all, this got a whole lot of stuff to do with these files, okay? So this is going to come out against her. What she did or did not do with these files, that's going to be her demise. And from there, it's going to be like dominoes falling down. I wish I could tell you that I wish this didn't happen and all. I can't even say that. Can't say it. Can't say it. But if you saw the down today, it was up 53 points. That's all I'm going to say. All right. So with that being said, I'm getting out of here because this old biddy, this dumb bunny, whatever you want to call it, done got on my nerves. All right. So with that being said, thank y'all so much for tuning into the celebrity edition of PiSeas Tarot, the weekend edition. This is Mimi Lightseer. And again, remember, everything that's here is alleged. This is for entertainment purposes only. Okay? Bye.